Hi guys, my name is Anand Tiwari and welcome to our YouTube channel AT classes, Anand Tiwari NCRT classes. So today we will be continuing our part 3. Part 3 of chapter 4, structure of atom. In the previous lecture, actually in previous lecture by mistakenly I have not written the uh, title of lesson. It's part 2 of chapter 4. Actually it's written at June 23, 2020. Okay, so you may see it. Okay, so today we are starting our new thing, that is 4.4 of your NCRT, that is about valency. It's a very beautiful topic, you may enjoy it. Okay, so let's start our topic. Yeah, just a minute. Yes, let's continue. Now we have learned how electrons in an atom are arranged in different shells or different orbits, right? Now what in these different shells and orbits? We have seen that an atom has four type of shells, K, L, M, N, right? Yes. Now the electrons present in the outermost shell of an atom are known as the valence electrons. Now let me take as an example of hydrogen atom. So hydrogen atom, this is a nucleus, so H plus, okay, means hydrogen's protons and neutrons, and it has a single shell, that is shell K, and it has only one single electron, E minus. So outermost shell of hydrogen is K shell, that is he have one electron in its outermost shell, and that is why this one electron is also known as valence electron. Right, so from here the chemistry's half or starting portion begins. Right, now from the Bohr-Bury scheme. Now who was Bohr-Bury? I told you in last class. Now we also know that the outermost shell of an atom can accommodate only 8 electrons, right? Because this every element holds only 8 electrons, holds 8 electron at the outermost shell. So I just write 8 electrons, 8 E minus, in outermost shell. Now in outermost shell, this this property, means this property is called as law of electron octet. This was also discovered by Bohr-Bury. He was the one who gave us the sorry, he was the one who gave us the correct or we can say correct model of atom, and also this law of electron octet. Okay, just a minute. It's okay. Now the combining capacity of atoms, of elements, of different elements atom, that is their tendency to react and form molecules with atoms of same elements or different elements, was thus explained by attempt to attain the filled outermost shell. Right? Now this was about something which is also known as law of electron octet. Right? Now I will tell you one thing. Yes. Now the an outermost shell which had 8 electrons was said to be possess an octet. Right? Now let us take fluorine. Right? So fluorine has fluorine. Just a minute. Fluorine. Okay. Fluorine. Yeah, we can take fluorine. Let's take fluorine. Helium also we can take. No, helium, no, fluorine only okay. In fluorine, not remembering. Yes, in fluorine, there are 8 is there in outermost shell. It has 10 electrons. 10th position, no? Just a minute. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Right? So 1, 2, lithium, beryllium, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Huh? Yeah, just a minute. Let me see how it comes. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, sorry, neon. So it comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8. In fluorine, no, in neon, sorry. Yes, that only I told how it comes. Yes. In neon, there are 8 electrons here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there are 8 electrons, and in first shell there are how much? See, hydrogen, helium, 1, 2. You may count like that. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, 4 there, or boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, 5. 4 plus 5, 9, and here 10. So 8, and here will be 2. 10. So 2 plus 8 is 10, right? Yeah. So this was about neon. Neon is a halogen. Now halogens always have 8 electrons in its outermost shell. They are always charged. So now where we were? Yes, atoms, an outermost shell which had 8 electrons was said to possess an octet. Now this neon atom is an octet. Okay. Now atoms would thus react so as to achieve an octet in its outermost shell, right? Now this was done by sharing electrons, gaining electrons, or losing electrons, like Na and Cl. This is the two different elements. This is 2, 8, 1, and this is 2, 8, 7, right? This is the number. Now 1. Sodium has 1 electron in its outermost shell, and chlorine has 7 electrons in its outermost shell. The sodium needs to lose its 1 electron, and chlorine needs to gain 1 electron to afterwards. If this is went to this will add, and this will become 288. Means this will 28, this follows law of electron octet. Now this also follows law of electron octet. Now this we can think as winning a championship. To form an octet for elements is like winning the championship, where sodium and chlorine possesses the first rank, means NaCl possesses first rank. We can say like that. Okay, this was about sodium and chlorine. Now the number of electrons gained or lost so as to make law of electron octet in the outermost shell. Now this is this. The number means, see, I told you Na, that is sodium. Now, what was that? Chlorine. Cl, that is chlorine. Now NaCl. Now Na, sodium gives 1 electron, right? Chlorine gains 1 electron. Means either losing or sharing. Means let's take what to take? Let's take carbon. Carbon 12, 282. Right? So now carbon needs 2 electrons. It should lose 2 electrons actually. So its valency is 2. Sodium's valency is 1 and chlorine valency is 1. See what's the difference is. You may imagine that, okay? Now let's continue to the next one, that lithium, hydrogen, sodium atoms contain 1 electron each in their outermost shell, right? Now therefore each one of them cannot hold 1 electron. Now this 1 electron they should give. Now these numbers, that is 1, is their valencies. So now how valencies can be find out? It's very easy to find out valency. In periodic table like this, modern periodic table, first comes hydrogen, right? We all know. Then come lithium. Then come sodium. Then comes potassium. Then come rubidium. Then come francium. Francium. Now this hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, francium, these all valencies 1. Same way, how much then the second alkaline earth metals valency is 2. That is now these are the alkaline earth metals. So beryllium, magnesium, calcium, then scandium and barium. So these are second alkaline earth metals. So you know how I remember this one. So let's see how. See, hydrogen, let it be hydrogen, okay? Now after this, what is written? You may see in Hindi. What is written? Lina KRB, curb FR, fur, right? And here beryllium, magnesium, calcium, scandium and barium, okay? So you may remember like that. Now these elements have valency 1 because they occupy group 1, and these numbers have valency 2. This only means this, the alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, these two groups of periodic tables only have as much as valency as it is given as group number, okay? It doesn't belongs to every group. Now if the number of electrons of a outermost shell of an atom is close to its full capacity, then valency is determined in a different way. Means fluorine atom has 7 electrons in the outermost shell. Now its valency is 7. Why? Because how much the atoms are there, that much the valency is there, right? Now but it is easy for fluorine to gain 1 electron instead of losing 7 electrons. So this an atom of each element is definite combining capacity is called its valency, okay? So now let's continue about the very easy topic. Actually it's very easy also you can say, or very interesting also you can say. That is you may You have some guesses? I'll write, let it be. Atomic number and why it's not working. Atomic mass. Right, this we are going to learn. Okay, now what is atomic number? Now first we will do this, then second this. So first let us do that number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom. We know that. Now it is the number of protons which determines its atomic number. This atomic number is denoted by Z. Why it's not working? Yeah, it's Z. Now number of protons. Actually it's a little small. Let it be how it is now. Ink is not, I think. Yes. Now it is denoted by Z, right? Now in fact the elements are defined by the number of protons they have. Okay. Now hydrogen one where I was, yeah, sorry. Hydrogen has atomic number 1 because in hydrogen atom there is only one proton present in the nucleus. In carbon atom there is 6 because carbon has 6 electrons in its outermost shell. Okay, so let's continue. Now about atomic mass. This is very easy topic. Now after studying the properties of subatomic particles of an atom, that is proton and electrons, we can conclude that the mass of an atom is practically due to proton and neutrons alone, because electrons has negligible mass as compared to protons and electrons. Now these protons and electrons are present in nucleus, right? Now these protons and neutrons are called nucleons. I will write here in simple words. N plus P is called nucleons. Okay, neutrons plus proton is nucleons. Now therefore mass of an atom resides in a nucleus, right? For example, mass of carbon is 12U because it has 6 protons and 6 neutrons. Now the mass is defined as the sum of the total number of protons and total number of neutrons present in it, right? Now we'll be moving to this much about atomic number, atomic mass. It's very easy topic. We can find out very easily. Now let's move on to isotopes. This is also very interesting topic. These all easy topics. These are very easy topics. Okay, you can learn it very fast, very soon. Now, in nature, a number of atoms of some elements have been identified. Okay, now which have the same atomic mass, same atomic number but different atomic mass. For example, in case of hydrogen, there are 3 types of hydrogen atom, where namely first one is protium. Okay, now this is written as 1H. Okay, now that is deuterium. Now how it is written? It is written as 2H1. Okay, now and tritium. It is written as 3H1. You may see its ink is not working properly, right? Now the atomic number of each one is 1. Atomic number C. Atomic number, this is a Z and this is A. We always write atomic number down. Okay, now atomic number 1, but atomic mass says here 1, 2 and 3. Okay, now isotopes are defined as the atoms of the same element having same atomic number but different mass number. Okay, so this was about isotopes. It's very easy. Chlorine has isotopes. Nothing about isotopes like means rare something is there. Now isobars are atoms having the same mass number but different atomic mass number. These are ulta. They have same this thing, different this thing in isotopes. They have same this thing and different this thing in isobar. Okay, now elements are defined by the number of protons they possesses, right? These are elements are defined, that nothing is there. So today we have learned about the valency, then law of electron octet, then atomic number and atomic mass, isotopes, isobars. Now here I conclude with my this lecture, and at this lecture part 3 of NCERT chapter structure of atom, 4th lesson, here this lesson gets over. Okay, this lesson gets over. Now we may meet next lecture with new chapter, new interesting things, new things to learn. So till that, please revise all these chapters. You may see again, like, share it, subscribe it, and hit the bell icon so that you can see my upcoming videos very soon as they get uploaded. So stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you.